I trust in myself.
I can do anything
I can do anything.
I put my mind to.
I put my mind to.
I am great.
I am great.
I am awesome.
The only thing that is stopping you is you.
Welcome, guys. I'm Joseph Abraham, and this is King Speaks, okay? And in this series, it's called The Laws for Breaking Limitations, where I'm giving you the tools, I'm giving you the resources on how to apply these tools in your life so you can overcome the limitations. Because a lot of us are living in a box, and you're living someone else's life. You have someone else's identity, and you don't have your own identity. So today, I have a treat for you all. And the topic on today is empower yourself. Empower yourself, right? Because a lot of us are blaming the outside world on what's happening internally. But I want you to know that you have the power. Let's just dive right into it. So power itself. Power is you must believe that you have the ability to have power. You must know that you have power. And I'm speaking to you right now. You do have power, right? Because this heart that's in our body, it generates power so you can stay alive, so you can walk, so your cells can thrive in this time, in this season. So if you have a heartbeat, that means you have power. If you can think, that means you have power. If you're watching this right now, that means you have power because you want to get the tools so you can elevate and become the person that you know you can become. I just want to share this short story about me growing up. As you know, I grew up in the hood. I'm from Miami, and I felt like I didn't have power. I felt like I just had to go with the wind. I just had to go with what life was serving me, right? And I was just eating whatever was on my plate. And, for a long time, I thought I wasn't good enough. I had certain insecurities because I felt like I didn't have power, because that's the world that was around me. You just go with the flow of things. I didn't know I could actually change my mind. I didn't know that I can overcome insecurities. I didn't know these things because nobody was talking about it. And now that I understand this, I remember growing up, it's certain I was good at football, but I didn't feel like I was capable to start on a team, even though I had the skills, right? I was lacking power. So I remember one day I was in high school. I was playing in the ninth grade in a football team, varsity, and I felt like I wasn't good enough because I thought everybody else was just better than me. And I knew I was better than everybody else internally, but I didn't feel like I had the power to stand up for myself and to compete. Right. So what happened was I ended up transferring to another school, a different atmosphere. Right. So once I transferred, guys, I was the top receiver. I was the top receiver coming out of Miami. Like, everybody knew my name. It's because the coaches encouraged me. The people around there encouraged me. It was like, oh, I can do this. I do have power. I can grow, right? Because my atmosphere changed. This atmosphere was more so, it was the opposite side of town. It wasn't the hood. It was mostly, a higher upper class area. And for some reason, I just tuned into that energy, and I felt like I could become more. And I did become more. And I was one of the fastest one on the team. But my old team, I wasn't near as fast. I was like, what happened? And even when we start playing on the 7-on-7s, those of you that know football, you know about the 7-on-7s before the seasons even start. And I was just showing off. I was shocking myself. I didn't know that was in me. I didn't know, right? I shocked myself, and it made me realize you can do anything that you put your mind to, and you do have power. You do have the ability, right? I just want to read real fast the definition of power, guys. So the definition of power is an ability or capacity to do something, right? That's so simple, to do something. So we all have power. We all have the ability to actually do what we put our mind to do, right? So me shifting that atmosphere and going around people that was encouraging me, you will even shock yourself. I'm telling you this, you would be so surprised that you had this in you, that you had this newness in you. The person I was becoming on the football team out there, man, I was the guy on campus and I never looked at myself like that. So for all those years, I was just going along because, I thought the most popular people had to be the best player on the team, right? I didn't feel like I had the power, but I'm telling you right now, we all have power. And is you taking that action, is you creating that plan and you executing every step of the plan, because the plan is waiting for you. The plan is you're not waiting for the plan, right? Write down the plan right now. I'm telling you this. If you're able to write down your goals, first of all, your goals have to be clear. You have to be clear on what you want to achieve and why you're doing it. Guys, power begins to grow when you have a reason to do the thing that you want to do. You will feel empowered. You'll be like, you know what? If it's your family, if it's your kids, if it's your whatever it may be, if it's just for yourself, you need to be doing it for something. You need to overcome that lack that's in your life. And that's by creating an atmosphere that you can thrive. So 1, find your reason why. 2, create a plan. 3, execute that plan. And I guarantee you'll begin to shock yourself like me when I was playing football, right? And I look at that in life now. I begin to shock myself. I'm surprised that I'm able to do things because I no longer have the limited mindset. So my mindset is like, yo, I can do all things now. All I have to do is focus and apply and take action that I can do whatever I set out to do. And it's just that simple, and you work the plan. You create systems around the plan so you don't go too far away from the plan. That makes sense? So you have accountability partners. That's amazing. I'm telling you, you need to have somebody that will hold you accountable while you're taking these action steps. Because if you don't have no one that can hold you accountable and you're trying to achieve a new goal and you haven't become that person, right? You're going to go backwards because you're going to feel like, well, why am I doing it? It's not working. Because a lot of times when we first start to take action, it doesn't work how we think it should work. So you need somebody there to say, hey, you remember why you're doing it. You need somebody there to remind you why are you doing this, right? So that's a system. It could be people it could be a thing. It don't matter. It could be an alarm on your clock, on your phone, just reminding you with quotes. I can do all things long as I put my mind to it, right? Little motivational quotes. And if you apply this, you will stay consistent because power grows with what? Consistency. So you must be consistent and apply yourself to what you set out to do. Now, we understand what power is. Power is in us. Now you have to cultivate this power. What does that look like? That means doing things that makes you feel uncomfortable. Doing things that you feel that have power over you. It don't matter if you say, well, I'm shy I'm shy. I don't speak well. I want to be a public speaker. Look, you have to go within yourself and you have to rev that power up within you to overcome the power that you think that's outside of you. I hope I'm making sense. So look, if you feel like something has more power over you, then you have to you have to dig deep because the power is already in you. That's why you want to be a public speaker. You want to be a public speaker because there's something in you that's calling that out of you. The greatness that's in you that wants to be birthed. So that's a power. So you have to go within yourself and dig deep and then pull that power right out and then face that power where you feel like public speaking is so powerful, it might be too much for me. And you need to encounter that. right? Like the last episode, I talked about courage. You need to encounter that power with power. You don't take power without power. You have to have power in order to take power. All right. So I want you guys to apply this because look, growing up, I seen a lot of people, they felt like they couldn't do much. They felt powerless and they allowed the world to dictate who they should become. Well, I'm here to tell you, you have a choice because you have the power to make a decision to change your whole reality, and your family will love you for this. The more you gain power, the more you will feel like you're living again. The less power you have, you feel like you're dead. You feel like you can't do nothing. You're just getting tossed around like waves. So cultivate the power within you. Build the system within you. You already have it. You need to begin to read books that's self-empowering. You need everything that you listen to, everything that you see, it has to be people talking about building yourself up. You must build yourself up with power. When you enter a household and it's dark, you have to cut on the power to see. When you enter somewhere that's dark, you must be the power to turn on the light, right? So right now, if you're in a place right now in life and it seems dark, I'm telling you, the power is within the darkness, right? Because we know the switch inside of the household, it's in the household that's dark. So you have to go into those dark places and turn on the switch. But it's not just turning on the switch. You need to know that the power that's within that switch is going to light up so you can see. You see what I'm saying? So you have to dig deep within yourself. You have to go into those dark crevices that's around you. It might not make sense, but it's power there. Power is everywhere. Power is meant for us to do what we need to do. And it cuts on the light. When you get that thought, that great idea, you're like, man, that's a great idea. That means you have power behind it because it was in darkness, but now it's revealed onto you. So what you want to do is go towards it and keep applying yourself and see what does that look like? What are the steps I need to take in order to obtain the idea that I see? Because a lot of us, truthful enough, we have a lot of ideas. So many of us like, man, I need to start selling my ideas. Yes, you do. You telling yourself that you need to sell your ideas, that means there's power behind it so you can make some money. Okay, so you can be successful when you begin to sell your ideas, when you begin to connect within that darkness. Because where does the ideas come from? The ideas come from the darkness that's within your brain, and it comes on like a light. It's a light bulb. That's why I say it's a light bulb game on, because it's power backing it. And that power is there letting you know, I will help you to obtain this goal. Because a lot of us just sit there and we get a great ideas. It's coming. So all those ideas that's coming to you, that's just the universe. That's just God letting you know, look, I have given you something within you that needs to be birthed. And I have given you the power. And you must know this to be true, that you are powerful. Every day that you get up and your heart beats, it's power running through your veins. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, it's power exuding. You know that you was created for more. You know that you are a conqueror. But now you have to know, but take action so the power can increase. How many of you know we have enough power, right, that runs through our house to light up the house? But then it's another wave of power that can light up a whole city. Then it's another wave of power that can light up a whole state. Then it's another wave of power that can light up a whole country. Okay? That's the power that's within you. So every time you take a step forward, the power begins to increase. The power begins to build. And then you will see those insecurities that you have, those internal challenges that you have, you'll be able to step above them, right? Because you only have those challenges because you want to do something great. You decided, I want to do something great and I want to be something great. So that's why these challenges are coming your way. Challenges are just indicator that you're going the right way. If you don't have a challenge, 9 times out of 10, you're going the wrong way. I'm just letting you know this. If you're going the easy route, sometimes it might be easy and simple, right? But for the most part, things in life are challenging, and you first you have to overcome yourself, right? And when you set to go do something, you will see everything that's not working well with you. This is a great way to self-identify. This is a great way where you can do self-inventory on yourself. Begin to go after what God has called you to do, what you feel like your purpose is. Begin to line up with it. You will see everything that doesn't serve you, and what you need to do is put it to the side, throw it away. I don't need it. The faster you put these things, these baggages, these luggages from other people to the side, and you throw them away, the faster you can become that successful person you want to be. But it's all up to you. It's all up to you. If you must know that you already have power. That's the number one thing. You must know, I have power. I want you to repeat after me. I want you to say, I have power. Say it one more time. I have power. Say it one last time. I have power. And say this. I am power. I want you to see how your body, just sit there in this energy. Just sit there in it. You will begin to see your body shift, the cells in your body, because you are saying something that you never said before. So guess what? You're going to begin to have thoughts that you never had before. So if you start to have thoughts that you never had before, you must take actions that you never took before. And this is you building up the power. The power must start small. And you must work on the power little by little, little by little. And as you continue to work on the power, you will see that you will become what? Powerful, full of power. But it takes time. It's like a car that's riding close to empty. The gas lighter will come up, right? And you must fill it up. You must fill it up. You must be patient. So you must be patient with yourself as you go through this transition. Power, guys. Power changed lives. Power is just not just what in your home that lights up your home. Power is the ability to do something. Power is the ability to be great. Power is the ability to know that you can accomplish all things. Long as you put your mind to it, you are already great. The greatness is really waiting on you. The love is waiting on you. The lifestyle that you desire is waiting on you. Build your power up. Build it up. Take more action and have more faith behind it, you know? And I promise you, everything around you will begin to what? Light up, because you are the source. You are the source of your happiness. You are the source of your joy. You are the source of your greatness. Is you. You decide on what you want to be in life. You have the ability to change everything that you're going through right now. If you're going through a hard time, I'm talking to you right now. You have the ability to change it. You're not powerless. You're full of expectation. You're full of power. You're full of the possibilities of life, because you're breathing right now. You're living and you're breathing right now. And I believe you can do it. I believe all the things, the trials that you have went through in life, it wasn't just, let's not, I would say this. They would say trials are not wasted. They're gains. They're gangs. They're building blocks for your new self on where your future self is calling you to be. Don't waste a good trial. Don't waste a good challenge. You went through what you went through so you can get to where you need to be. You need to understand this. Success is calling you. The love of your life is calling you. Joy is calling you. All of these things are calling you. And you must understand it starts with you. It don't start with nobody else. I'm talking directly to you. You know what you need to do. You know where you need to go. You know who you need to become. It's time. It's time to be great. It's time to be that person that you know you was called to be. But it start off with power and cultivating this power and overcoming these challenges of life. It just makes you better. I mean, overcoming challenges, the joy that just comes from overcoming challenges. You just feel stronger. You feel like you could take on the world every time you overcome a challenge. But if you run from the challenge, if you run from power, you begin to shrink. You begin to go backwards. And I know that's not what you want to do because you was called and made for more. So family, make sure you subscribe and you share with a friend. So until next time, I will see you. Peace.